focusing on the question, what is the Bible about? And we're going to start with a verse from John 1, verse 14. And it says, "The Word became flesh and dwelt among us. We observed his glory, the glory of the one and only Son from the Father, full of grace and truth." And today's story comes from the book of Luke. Jesus went to his hometown, Nazareth. On the Sabbath day, Jesus went to the synagogue like he usually did. The Sabbath day was a holy day of rest. On that day, the Jews gathered in the synagogue to worship God. The synagogue was a special building where Jews met together to pray, worship, and learn about the Scriptures. Jesus stood up to read Scripture. He unrolled the scroll of the prophet Isaiah and read, "The Spirit of the Lord is on me. He has chosen me to tell good news to the poor. He has sent me to tell the captives that they are free, to tell the blind that they can see, to free people who have been treated badly, and to announce that the Lord's favor is on us." And Jesus rolled up the scroll. He gave it back to the attendant and sat down. Everyone who was in the synagogue stared at Jesus. Jesus said, "Today, as you listen to me reading these words, they came true." The people said good things about Jesus, and they were amazed at him. But some of the people in Nazareth had known Jesus from his youth. "Isn't this Joseph's son?" they asked. Then Jesus said to them, "You will probably say this old proverb, 'Doctor, heal yourself.' You've heard about the miracles I performed in Capernaum, and you want me to do them here in my hometown too." Jesus also said, "No prophet is accepted in his hometown." Jesus reminded the people of the prophets Elijah and Elisha. When there was a terrible famine in Israel and no rain fell there for 3.5 years, plenty of widows in the country needed help. But Elijah did not help the widows in Israel. Instead, God sent Elijah to help a widow in another land. And when Elisha was a prophet, many people in Israel had leprosy. They wanted to be healed, but Elisha did not heal them. Instead, he healed a man from Syria named Naaman. The people listening to Jesus in the synagogue became angry. They forced Jesus out of town. They wanted to throw him off a cliff, but Jesus walked right through the crowd and went on his way. Now we can ask our parents these questions, or the parents can ask the children the questions, or you can go to your friends and read them the story and ask them these questions. My first one is, what did Jesus read when he went to the synagogue? Is that a scroll or scripture, or more specifically, the book of Isaiah? And what did Jesus say about those scrolls writings? He stated that he was the one that fulfilled those words and made them come true. How did the people in the synagogue respond to Jesus' words? They were very angry. What did those people want to do with Jesus? They wanted to throw him off a cliff. What is the Bible about? The Bible is the story of God's plan to save people through his son Jesus. Now that we know our story, you can go to your journal page, and we have 2 activities where you can dive a little bit deeper into the story and have a little bit of fun at the same time. We'll see you next week.